Hello, family. It's Dr. Leah. This is my uh, 25, 22nd fast day. I can guarantee you that when you fast, there's going to be something that's going to come into the space where something is going to go awry. If and again, I said once before that I made the same mistake last time that I made this time, which is fasting during the winter solstice. Bad idea. Okay, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down, and when you sit down, that adds like 10 to 15 pounds to you. I'm losing a lot of weight and everything. I must admit. Oh God, I'm not weak. It's just that I have energy to do this and that sort of thing. I put makeup on. I By the way, I'm in Beverly Hills. I'm in Pacific Coast Standard Time. If I've never said that before, so I look a little heavier than I am. Um, it's making it a little easier for me because my mom is spending time with me during this winter solstice, so I have someone to talk to. We don't get bored. Oftentimes, when we get bored, we eat, and that hasn't been my challenge. Now, I have to say, and while I'm saying that my mom is visiting her here, she's not here now. She's been here. She's at my brother's now. It's my niece's birthday. It's so beautiful. I don't want to say it's a person. It is gorgeous. I want to show you all how generations change in the sense that this is a side note, in the sense that I don't recognize. Feel at home. So let me show you what my mom did in like less than an hour. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna black out for a second. Just give me a second. Okay, she did this. She did this. Let's see if I can get it on camera. She actually um this is actually on a regular day my altar. And she lit it up, y'all. Okay. And then she has, I think these are, did that. That's the fireplace. It's cold here in LA, believe it or not. She has poinsettias at the terrace. And get ready for this. Y'all ready? Okay. She did this. I'm like, are you serious, mommy? Mommy did all that. She did all of that. Let me get around here so you guys can see. I'm like, are you kidding, mommy? Okay, let me get back to the point. Let me go back. Okay. Anyway. All right. Whew. A little of nothing gets you tired. It really does. So, today is the 27th of December, And I've been doing this for 22 days. I have. But the thing of it is that it ran or it came into the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is to be fast on from the beginning of the winter solstice, which is the 22nd, to the quote unquote 25th. So it goes this way. It goes the midnight to 22nd. That's when you start. Then the next day is the first day. So um, midnight the 23rd, midnight the 24th, midnight the 25th. Not when the sun rises, but midnight the 25th. That's 3 days. Okay. Because as the, I don't want to, okay, as the tale goes, uh, Christ was killed and he rose in 3 days. So that would be, I'm sorry, strike that. On that's the see, I'm just absolutely out of it. That's the spring equinox. But for the Christmas situation, the sun literally, this is scientific, the sun dies for 3 days. SUN, not SON. Okay? So the sun dies on the 22nd. That's why it gets dark faster. So you fast midnight the 22nd, okay, midnight the 23rd, and midnight the 24th. And in actuality, midnight the 24th is really the 25th, which is Christmas. And the actual, what can I call it? The secret of Christmas is hidden in children's stories, just like Cinderella and Snow White. So what happens is they hide it there and they think that adults, you know, wouldn't get into it. So all these different things happen. But what happens is you fast starting midnight the 22nd to midnight the 23rd. That's one day. Midnight the 23rd to midnight the 24th. That's 2 days. Midnight the 24th to midnight the 25th. That's the day. Okay. That an oil comes into your what mothers call a soft spot, what they used to call the Santa in the cerebrum. And the Santa is tantamount to the chimney. That's the secret. And Santa Claus, which is the myth, sends gifts, which is the myth, which is really oil, down your chimney, which is the myth. And it goes down and it sends the oil all through your body. And you entreat the universe. And on the 25th at midnight, everything that you entreat the universe for, it brings it throughout the year. Okay, that's what it does. And that oil goes in there. Very few people know about this. When you say myth, that means a lot. The myth is the Santa Claus story as a secret to let you know to fast those 3 days. Now, as you all know, I started fasting many, many days ago. Now, if I'm already fasting, which I was, and then it comes to the winter solstice, and then I'm already on a fast, the universe doesn't know that that particular Santa fast is for that purpose. It could be for anything. So I had to break the fast, and I had like bread or something like that just to break it so I could start over to fast from midnight the 22nd to midnight the 25th, because the universe doesn't know that. Okay, it just does what you tell it. It's like a computer, as I've said before. Okay, so now I'm at a point where I have to start over again, but the efficacy of my body is still the same in terms of being um, not where it is when I am not fasting. Okay, and that's very, very important to do that 3-day fast. And there's another secret. I don't know why they do this. That boy is something else. Um, in the Bible, King Solomon's son is dying because he had sex with Bathsheba, um, Uriah the Hittite's wife, and that baby was dying. So what he did is he fasted for 3 days with neither meat nor drink. Okay. And when he did that fasting, it was to no avail. The baby died. And in fact, his people who were around him were afraid to tell him that the baby had died, and they were whispering, and that's how he figured out that his son with Bathsheba had died. So that's how that's going so far. Okay, I have to tell you this part. Let me tell you guys. When you get to when you get to about the 21st to the 25th day of fasting, your body goes through a metamorphosis that you cannot understand. Well, I cannot understand. You start to just, your body starts to discharge. You haven't had anything to eat now, and your body starts to discharge, and usually during the night, and you have to go to the bathroom like you have been eating for 40 days and 40 nights. You have to get there. You can't hold it. And I'm one of those types of people who can't stand two things. One, I can't stand vomiting. That's like the worst thing in the world for me. It's awful. And I can't stand my bowels being disorderly. I can't stand it. And I was in the bathroom, and that's part of the, you know, issue that comes with fasting. And I remember that happening before when it happened, but I didn't remember it or think about it before I started fasting. That's the worst part, in my opinion, of fasting. I cannot stand it. I mean, but what it is your body just expelling every um, toxic, waste in your body. That's what's happening. You're cleansing yourself. And I can't say it enough. Make sure that you do not, try and not, do not think ill thoughts about anyone because you have a huge amount of power. And it's good to stay alone or someone who you like a lot and not do a lot because if you don't, someone can make you angry and you can think something bad about them and it could be fatal. That's how serious it is. And if you do that, you definitely will pay for it. You just definitely will. And you don't want that to come back on you. So just try and stay in your own space. I know I don't look like it, or at least I think I don't look like it, but I don't look again, I don't think look like I've lost weight for a few reasons. Three. One, I see myself every day. So when you see yourself every day, you basically, it's difficult to tell visually that you're losing weight. Two, um, when you're fasting, believe it or not, the prep that you do for your fast literally makes you not hungry. So it's just a battle between should I eat, should not eat, am I bored, am I not bored? But you definitely will not get hungry if you do the proper preparations. And three, you must come up with a day, date, number of days that you're going to fast. Don't go over them and don't go under them. And believe it or not, going under them would be more plausible than going over them because you get a seriously, I just can't explain it, but you just are able to do anything and just make a pact with the universe and say I'm going to do it this many days. Try not to go over those days unless you have a um, person who is supervising your fast who really knows how to do it. Now, Dick Gregory, he basically, um, what he did is he supervised my first fast, so I know how to do it. And you have to have someone who knows how to do it. And when I was fasting, I said to myself, listen, if Dick Gregory can't get me to fast, it can't be done. It just can't be done, you know. And if you want to go over the amount of days that you set up to do, you have to entreat the person who is supervising your fast.